Tribe. Listen, y'all, it is the 23rd. It is December 23rd, and the things that have happened in the last 24 hours have been absolutely, and I'm going to have language in this one just so you're all fully aware, have been absolutely fucking horrific because of not just New York City, but because of Biden. Everything that's going wrong right now, it really does fall onto Biden. So this is going to be a very short live stream. I just want to go over a couple of things with you guys. Yesterday, if you were here for yesterday's live stream, we talked about the New York City subway fire. That's what they're calling it. I think it was the New York Post put up that a lady caught fire on the F train. She didn't catch fire. An illegal immigrant from Guatemala set her on fire. There is a massive difference between catching on fire and being set on fire. And this is why I loathe mainstream media and people like that, because they willingly, knowingly, purposefully framed it incorrectly. Because you know why? They're Democrats, they're leftists, they're libtards, and they don't want to put anything out there that's going to remind people that because of them and because of this administration and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we are where we are. And the illegal immigrant came in through the Biden open borders and murdered an innocent woman on a train in New York City. 29-year-old, what is her name? Her name is Amelia Carter. She was 29 years old. And if you, like I said, if you were here for it yesterday, and even if you weren't, I am sure you have seen this all over social media and the news and everywhere else. The police officers that just walked by the woman as she was on fire. The fact that this woman is burning inside of this car, this train car, and it seems like she's just standing there, no screaming, no anything else. Now, the video didn't start until farther in, but you have to think that at some point, the nerve endings and everything else, they're probably going to lose feeling, and shock is going to take over. And that to me is even more horrific. And the fact that this is what's so incredibly crazy, and even I didn't register it 100% because we've all been so desensitized to everything through movies and whatnot, that when you see the video of this poor innocent woman on fire on this train, at first it doesn't occur to you that it's real, that you're witnessing somebody die. Like, when you think of it that way, that will really fuck you up. That will really mess you up and make it hard for you to kind of think about anything else or sleep or anything. I'm scrolling through X and I keep seeing it, and it's like, you don't realize how bad it really is and how far from reality it feels like we have gone when you can witness something like this, whether it's through social media or you're standing right there on the platform witnessing it and doing nothing. And I think that's what the most horrific part of all of it. I mean, obviously her losing her life is absolutely horrific, but the people were standing there watching it happen. And I see, I just happened to see somebody said someone was fanning her. That was the person who set the fire. That was the Guatemalan dude. He stood there fanning her so that the flames would continue on, because fire needs oxygen to burn. And he stood there and fanned her, and nobody stopped him. 2 police officers walked by. 2 of them walked by and did absolutely nothing. And people are like, well, police officers are afraid now because of George Floyd. They took him out and then they end up in jail and blah, 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 blah. And regular bystanders are afraid to help now because of Daniel Penny. He ended up going to jail for it and whatever else. Of course, he was acquitted and let out. But at the end of the day, more people stood around recording what was going on, and nobody stepped in to help. It is one of those situations of how exactly do you help somebody who was that far gone on fire? But the videos of people just standing around is absolutely horrific to me. Now, this is the person. Look, this is the man who did it. This is him filming himself on the subway before, because he's drunk. He was drunk, and he's talking about how he wants to be able to just drink his beer. I have no idea what led him to setting an innocent woman on fire. But he's recording himself, and you can see he is drunk. He's like talking to himself in Spanish, but look at his eyes, look at his face. I drink beer and live what I am. I don't even know what that means, but he is completely just completely inebriated there. And then after this, he set some poor woman on fire. Now, she was asleep on the train, and I have to wonder, before she fell asleep, did she say something to him? Did she try to like move away from him? Did she tell him to leave her alone? Was this a retaliation against her? Like, what was the reason? Because there is no reason for what was done. And today, instead of, Joe Biden stepping up and saying anything about it, he's instead, I don't know what the right word is because my brain isn't fully functioning right now. But he like, what did he let 37, I think it's 37 people off of death row, rapists, child murderers, all kinds of absolutely disgusting, evil people. He said that he didn't feel that the death penalty was a good look, basically. I have the words, but I am so fucking pissed today that it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm out trying to get last minute Christmas gifts because I like to wait till the last minute, obviously, and I have Pilates in 30 minutes, and I'm supposed to be calming my little ass down, and instead, here we are, just irking myself even more. But okay, before we get to Biden, because fuck that man. I don't want to show you the video of this person. I did it yesterday because you needed to see what was happening. I cannot show you a video of this woman burning again because it is, it's okay. The newer video that has come out on social media where she's literally standing like in the doorway of this train car, and the guy is fanning her so that she will, It is a very good thing I was not there. That man would not have walked away. There would have been nothing to arrest. There would have been nothing to try to deport. None of this shit, because he would have lost his life immediately. The people that stood around, the video, the cop watches him fanning her and fucking walks away. The worst part about this, her family is seeing this video. I'm okay. Sorry, anger and just all of it does not work very well together for me sometimes. I'm extra emotional, but when I saw this newer video that came out of her and him fanning her and the cop walking right past it, looking at it like it was nothing. What the fuck has happened to us? Like, as people, what has happened to us? I can't even blame just the administration. I can't blame the Democrats. I can't blame music and movies and whatever else, because I guess it's like a whole thing put together. But at the end of the day, how do we as humans stand there and watch something like this happen and not do anything? And it's because we're so scared for ourselves, because anytime you try to help somebody, you have to worry if, you give somebody the Heimlich maneuver because they're choking and you break one of their ribs and then they sue you. And it's like, I just saved your life and you're suing me because I cracked a rib, saving your life? Or somebody in a car accident, you pull them out of a burning car and they're mad because of you. Now, they're paralyzed, but you would have died in a burning car. It's just, we have become such a bass-ackwards, is how my mother would say it, society, that it's absolutely ridiculous to me. And when you think it can't get any worse, it does. Because then you have the flipping president of the United States. The president of the United States. I am commuting the sentences of 37 individuals on federal death row to life sentences without the possibility of parole. So first off, let's just take this in consideration. Instead of ending their lives the way they did with numerous people, that's why they're on federal death row 99.9% of the time, you are now going to make taxpayers keep them all nice and cushy in prison. And before anybody's like, prison isn't cushy, fuck all the way off. They are inside, they have a bed, they have food, they have a roof over their head. It is cushy compared to our veterans who are sleeping on the streets, or our families who are homeless because of this Biden fucking administration who has made it almost impossible for people to afford to live, who lost their jobs because they wouldn't put some stupid crap in their body in order to keep their job because the Biden administration mandated it. Prison is cushy, all right? So He says this action is consistent with my administration's moratorium on federal executions, except for cases involving terrorism and hate-motivated mass murder. Why does it matter? Why does it matter if it's terrorism or hate-motivated murder? When you are raping children and murdering them, you should be put to death immediately. I do not care. I believe in an eye for eye. Bring back firing squads. Poison little motherfuckers. I don't care. There should not be people committing these heinous crimes sitting in jail for the rest of their life just living. No, you didn't let them live. You shouldn't either. And I don't care if people don't agree with it because, thou shalt not kill. Well, guess what? Eye for an eye. They shouldn't have killed. Then they wouldn't have to worry about it, right? This is his stupid ass statement that he put up here. I've dedicated my career to reducing violent crime. I mean, I have to try to read this with a straight face, right? Because it's all blatant bullshit. I've dedicated my career to reducing violent crime and ensuring a fair and effective justice system. Okay, today I'm commuting the sentences of 37 of the 40 individuals on federal death row to life sentences without the possibility of parole. These commutations, I think is how you say it, I don't know, are consistent with the moratorium my administration has imposed on federal executions in cases other than terrorism and hate-motivated mass murder. Make no mistake, just in case people were confused, I condemn these murderers, grieve for the victims of their despicable acts, and ache for all the families who have suffered unimaginable and irreparable loss. No, you don't. Because if you did, you would let justice be served. Right now, you are basically spitting on every single family who was affected by these mass murders or whatever they are who were on federal death row. You telling them that their life is more important than the lives that they took is exactly what this is all about. And it's absolute bullshit. But guided by my conscience, because Joe Biden suddenly has one, and my experience as a public defender, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, vice president, and now president, I am more convinced than ever that we must stop the use of death penalty at the federal level. In good conscience, I cannot stand back and let a new administration resume executions that I halted. But you let him get in 3 of them. This whole thing makes no sense because you're telling us that you don't believe in taking life, okay, and that you don't want to, in good conscience, cannot stand back and let a new administration resume executions I had halted. So he halted them to begin with, so they're already just sitting there. Now he has forgiven them, pardoned them, whatever the word is, so that they're not going to get executed at all. And he's saying that it's because of his conscience. Then why didn't you do all 40? You did 37 of 40, but you kept 3 people in there. The Boston bomber, 2 other ones, and I know who they are, and I can't thank them because I'm still friggin' pissed about the subway thing, and this, obviously, because this is just absolute bullshit. But you can't sit there and say these things because it's a blatant lie. It's a blatant lie. You are letting out pause, not letting them out, but you're making the American people pay for the sickest, most sadistic individuals on this planet, in this country, and we're supposed to be okay with that because your conscience won't let you do what you got to do. Leave them where they are. Let Donald Trump come in and take care of them. Fuck your conscience. Your conscience is done. You're not the president anymore after January 20th. It doesn't matter what happens. I hope that somehow there is a loophole or some way that Donald Trump, once he's in office on January 20th, can turn around and go, no, undo everything that dumbass man just did, because it's not okay. It's just not okay, y'all. It's not okay. Please hold. There's more. But wait, there's more. Where is it? No, that's the thing. Joe Biden with the thing and the thing. I need y'all to know exactly what he communicated. Okay. Laura Loomer posted up some of them, but I know other people had posted it up. Where is it? Because I want you to know the names or some of the things that these people have done that he has pardoned from. Where the crap is this thing? No. Y'all, there's so much going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's only been 24 hours. How is there so much just fuckery in 24 hours? It makes absolutely no sense. I can't find the one I was looking for, but one of the ones that he gave a pardon to is this guy named Jorge Avila Torres. Jorge Torres is a serial killer and a rapist. In 2005, Torres murdered 2 little girls who lived in his neighborhood. 8-year-old Laura Hobbs and 9-year-old Crystal Tobias went out to play on their bicycles but didn't come home by nightfall. On Mother's Day, on May 8, 2005, the little girls' bodies were found the following day by Hobbs' father. We're not doing this again. Both girls had suffered fatal stab wounds. God, nope, can't do it. Either way, Biden is blatantly telling us that he does not care about citizens. He does not care about the American people. He does not care about rights. He does not care about good. All he cares about is wrong and evil. And it's absolutely... It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. The man is Satan reincarnated at this point, because how do you do this right before Christmas? Right before Christmas, how do you do this to those families and go to sleep at night? That's what I don't understand. You have Jill Biden by his side, you know, basically telling him to make America burn because they're so pissed off at Obama and what he's done. They're pissed off at Pelosi and what she's done to him. They're pissed off at everybody, but all they're doing is hurting the American people. The American people didn't overthrow him or do the coup or whatever it's called. That was his cabinet. His people did that. Why are we the ones who are having to deal with everything that he is undoing? It's not okay. At the end of the day, everything that is happening right now is not okay. Listen, there's so much more. There's so much more. Where is the rest of the stuff I had saved? I had so many bookmarks and now I can't find them because that's what my iPad does. On top of that, you have, hold on. Oh, so Zeke Arham on X posted this, and it basically is exactly what I was thinking. He said, if the person who, I'm not going to use this word because I don't like how this sounds, but if a person who burned an innocent woman had been a white guy and he did it to a black woman, there'd be marches, protests, demonstration, tears from Al Sharpton, speeches from BLM, and tons of white liberals screeching about something supremacy. I don't agree with that part. But it was an illegal who did it. It goes against their narrative. So they've been eerily silent, or in AOC's case, doing gold medal mental gymnastics to try to blame it on Daniel Penny. Liberalism is full on lunacy. And it's true. The same day that this happened, you have Kathy Hochul posting up some video of her on a subway talking about how she's made it so safe and everything else. She's walking around with bodyguards. I don't see her trying to ride the subway without bodyguards. They were saying that there was almost gridlock traffic everywhere because so many people are so scared to get on the train now because of everything that's going on. And then this video pops up of this dude. Where is it? No, that's not it. This guy who's sitting on a subway and he's got two knives, right? He's got two knives, but they're sheathed, so whatever. And they're saying how long into, like, at what point do you defend against this? Like, how long do you wait before you do something against this guy holding those? Like, it's crazy how far our society has fallen into the absolute gutter. It's ridiculous. You have to hope that the next 4 years will be better, but these people are still going to be around. They're still alive. And I'm not saying not to make them alive. That sounds horribly wrong. That did not come out the correct way. But the only thing that's going to make things better is if media stops pushing for these mental disorders as normal, because that's what it comes down to. You even have Disney now, even Disney, who has gone so flippin' woke that even I'm like, might be time for some tattoo removal. They have gone so flippin' woke, but even they said they had a new show coming out on Disney Plus that they were going to have a transgender storyline in this kids cartoon, but they decided to pull it based off of what they're seeing in society these days. And what they're seeing is the fact that Donald Trump has won, America has spoken, and they don't want this continued push at harming our children mentally and emotionally and then physically, right? We are sick and tired of it, and people are fighting back in the sense of canceling subscriptions, in the sense of boycotting certain things, in the sense of trying to get things into court, and you know, being very vocal about it on social media and platforms and like that. And you have to hope that it starts to hit the bigger corporations, and then that trickle down will have an effect. Because if you don't have these kind of things being pushed on TV shows and in movies and in music, then the kids don't have something that they're looking up to that then gives them this idea that, oh, I must be transgender, or oh, I must be a furry, or oh, I must be, you know, gay or bi or whatever else. If it's not consistently pushed in their face, they're not going to mentally like latch onto it and go with it. In the 80s, I was born in 82. I don't remember in the 80s and 90s ever having these issues with these kids who were losing their ever-loving minds and shooting up schools and, you know, trying to cut off their genitalia or any of these other things. Oh, crap. So you have to hope that over the next 4 years with Donald Trump in office, that it will start the uphill, downhill trickle. I don't really know which direction to call it, but it's got to do something to put us on a healthier mental field, a healthier society in general. Because I feel like if the Daniel Penny situation had not just happened, maybe somebody would have stepped up and done something for the woman on the train. Maybe somebody would have stepped up and tackled the immigrant who was, you know, fanning the flames. And I called it yesterday before any information had come out. It was just there. And I saw that guy sitting on the bench and I said, I feel like that's the guy. And sure as shit, it was him. He was sitting there watching everything that happened. And the police were just walking by like it was nothing. And that's absolutely not okay at all in any way, shape, or form. So that's that. Y'all, there's more, but I got 5 minutes to get my butt over into the class I'm supposed to be in. So I love y'all. Thank you for letting me have my emotional mental breakdown. It was necessary. I didn't realize how necessary until I got talking. When I keep it all in my head, I don't talk this at home. I don't get as passionate about the things like this at home because I try to keep myself calm when I'm having the conversation with my daughter, right? Because she's 15. But I know she watches the videos every once in a while, but we have the conversations about all of these things. But with you guys, I don't feel like I have to tone it down or protect. And I know that maybe that sounds weird because I always want to protect you guys too. You guys are like family to me. I love y'all immensely, but you're also adults, so you can understand where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. And although my daughter is 15 and she understands what's going on in the world, I don't want to turn her into somebody who is scared of society or somebody who hates society or somebody who is afraid to go out into society. So we got to find that healthy balance of having the conversation with her so she's aware, but not making it so emotional the way I have a tendency to do sometimes when I get a little too upset about something. So there's that. Y'all, I love you. Thank you again for letting me do this. I hope you guys are having a great day. If I crapped on your day at all, it was not my intention and I'm sorry, but thank you anyway. I might see you guys tomorrow. I might not because it's Christmas Eve day and there's a lot going on. So maybe not. If not, I hope you have a fabulous Christmas Eve day, fabulous Christmas. And that's all. I love y'all. Be nice to people. Be kind to people. That's about it. Okay? Bye. Adios.